Good evening, I'm Brendan Purdy. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, police address social media speculation in the Samuel Bird murder case. Also, a strike stalemate. The teachers' union declines the province's enhanced mediation offer. And quilts so good, how a local quilting group gives back to our community.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Brendan Purdy.
The Edmonton police say rampant online speculation surrounding the Samuel Bird investigation hampered their investigation. They had to deal with hundreds of tips about the missing teen, many that came from rumors. CTV's Nariman Issa is covering the story for us tonight. Nariman, police were vocal about these online rumors, but what did investigators say?
Well, Brendan, Edmonton police say the online speculation needs to stop, especially because it involves teenagers. Police say they believe only one person is responsible for Samuel Bird's killing.
Narratives which have portrayed other youths as being involved in Samuel's murder directly or as a party to the offense have been confirmed false through our investigation. The continued doxing of any youth associated to this investigation is morally and legally inappropriate.
Police arrested 38-year-old Brian Farrell earlier this week. He is charged with second-degree murder and interfering with a body. He's facing 13 other charges, including aggravated assault and arson. Police say Farrell is the father of a teen who knew Bird. The 14-year-old was last seen June 1st. Police believe he was killed that day. Bird's body was found yesterday in a wooded area near a farmer's field west of Edmonton and south of Stony Plain. Now, police were initially searching in the Carrot Creek area west of Edmonton.
That was not a ruse. It wasn't a tactic. It was a legitimate search for Samuel. This investigation has had many roadblocks, twists, turns, and the last 3 weeks have been probably the most active of the entire case.
Police say Farrell was arrested in a public place by the EPS tactical team. A bail hearing has been set for October 20th. Brendan.
Thanks for that, Nariman. Our Nariman Issa live for us in studio this evening. The Alberta Teachers Association says its members have no choice but to continue to strike. This comes after receiving a letter from the provincial government requesting teachers return to the classroom next week with some stipulations. CTV's Evan Kenny has more.
Insulted.
That's how the Alberta Teachers Association President Jason Schilling feels after receiving a letter from the provincial government last night.
In the face of such inflexibility, teachers have no choice but to continue strike action.
The letter asks teachers to return to the classroom Monday and not initiate further strike action until November 20th. It says the two parties would enter what it calls an enhanced mediation process. The letter also says the mediator's recommendations cannot provide for hard caps on classroom sizes or student-teacher ratios.
It's unacceptable to our members. It's one of the driving reasons that we're in this dispute right now.
The ATA responded with a letter of its own saying they want to get back to bargaining. It says this proposed process would severely restrict the scope of the solutions that the mediator could consider, would abandon the only approach teachers have confidence in, and the proposal for enhanced mediation is bound to fail and entirely unacceptable to teachers.
The ATA needs, the leadership needs to understand that there's, what's the phrase, more than one way to peel a potato.
Premier Danielle Smith says there are more ways to solve the issue of classroom complexities besides a student-teacher ratio cap.
If you look at the number of teachers that we have, 51,000 and 740,000 students, that would be a pupil-teacher ratio of about 14. If you just focus in on the 35,162 teachers that they say are full-time teachers and divide that by that number, that's 21 to 1.
Legislature is back in session in 10 days. The Premier says if teachers are still striking at that point, back to work legislation will be passed that week. Evan Kenny, CTV News, Edmonton.
The province says November diploma exams will be optional for students. They'll still take place on the currently scheduled dates, but students must make a request to write them. It'll be up to school boards to accommodate the request. At this point, there are no changes to the January and June diploma exams or provincial achievement tests. A report reviewing multi-million-dollar procurement contracts from Alberta Health Services has found no evidence of wrongdoing by the Premier, ministers, or staff. Former Manitoba Judge Raymond Wyant says his report was limited in scope. Wyant says the Premier and her ministers weren't asked to participate. Some people declined interviews while others refused to answer some of the questions. Wyant did find that 2 senior Alberta Health Services staff were in, quote, real or perceived conflicts of interest involving the procurement of children's pain medication from Turkey and chartered surgical facility contracts. Wyant found AHS didn't follow its own procurement policies. Alberta's NDP says there should be a public inquiry. The Premier disagrees.
This confirmed, I think, the fact that we needed to move in this direction, that AHS had bad practices, that senior leadership was not enforcing their own policies, and it confirmed why it is we have to be more hands-on on this. So I feel like we have the information that we need to be able to correct the issues.
Wyant made 18 recommendations, including requiring a procurement lawyer review contracts valued at over $10 million. A fatality inquiry into the deaths of 3 people killed during the Columbia Icefield Tour bus rollover started today. The bus lost control on a road leading to the Athabasca Glacier in Jasper in July of 2020. It rolled about 50 meters before coming to a stop on its roof. 14 others were seriously hurt. RCMP didn't lay criminal charges, but bus operator Brewster Inc. pleaded guilty to 2 occupational health and safety charges. Justice is expected to hear about brake inspections and maintenance of the bus during the fatality inquiry. While the inquiry can't assign blame, it will make recommendations to prevent similar deaths. Immigration officers claim they found 4 undocumented workers after searching a Calgary construction site this week. On Wednesday, Canada Border Services Agency inspected the team working on the event center after receiving a tip about the work site. Because it's a large site, immigration officers asked Calgary police to be there as an extra security measure. The 4 people found without status are required to report to the CBSA office this week. The investigation is ongoing. Edmonton police participated in a different kind of community work today. Officers parked their cruisers in front of superstore locations where they asked Edmontonians to cram their cars full of food and toys. The Cram the Cruiser event supports a number of agencies in our city, including Jasper Place Wellness Center, Pregnancy Pathways, and Edmonton's Food Bank.
If we can help those in need, right, reduces the amount of work we have to do. And, you know, like in these times, there's a lot of, we talk about affordability crisis. More and more people need help every day, so really great to see this work going on.
The Edmonton Police Foundation says 7,300 pounds of food was collected. All right, Josh Clausen joining us with an early look at weather. And Josh, a really windy one out there on this Friday.
Yeah, gusts have been 40 to 50 kilometers per hour for most of this afternoon. That's still the case. 30 gusting to almost 45 kilometers per hour. We're at 10 degrees downtown. See, the gusts have picked up south the city to about 50 kilometers per hour. Sustained wind around 40 kilometers per hour. 11 degrees for a daytime high, so right around average. A lot cooler than yesterday. Yesterday, 19 for the daytime high. We did start out fairly mild, though. 5 degrees this morning. You had that storm roll through overnight last night. Clouds stuck around through the early morning, and with the wind and the cloud cover, that held temperatures up. I think we'll stay a couple of degrees above zero again tomorrow morning. No frost concerns in and around the Edmonton area. Maybe not quite as warm tomorrow morning as it was earlier today. Had some thunderstorms around Drumheller, south of Red Deer and the Calgary region. Still a couple of thunderstorms kicking around in southeastern Alberta. Here in the Edmonton area, though, if you look off to the northwest, yeah, there's a little bit of cloud cover, but no precipitation. Just a few clouds set to slide through over the course of the next couple of hours. And then overnight tonight, those will clear out and will be sunny for most, if not all, of tomorrow. As far as the wind is concerned, still gusting to about 30 or 40 kilometers per hour mid to late this evening and even early tomorrow morning. Wind to be about 15, gusts at times to about 25 or 30 kilometers per hour. It does look like the wind is going to die down, though, by mid to late morning and should lie right down through the afternoon. So nowhere near as gusty tomorrow as it was today, and a couple of degrees warmer. 13 for a daytime high. Cloudier, cooler, and a chance of some showers, maybe even some mixed precipitation on Sunday. That forecast later in the newscast.
Thanks for that, Josh. Just ahead, hampered by the hand count. How long it could take the results to roll out on election night.
When you introduce humans into any kind of counting mechanism, you're bound to get errors.
Coming up Monday on Your Morning, advice for parents trying to guide their kids through the anxieties of the teacher strike. And it's election day. We'll have your forecast and the information you need as you head to the polls.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Hi, James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
Welcome back. You can expect results for Monday's municipal election to be published a little later than usual. The provincial government has banned cities and towns from using machines to count ballots in a bid to raise trust in election integrity. As CTV's Jeremy Thompson tells us, some communities may have to wait days to find out who's won.
When polls close at 8 o'clock on election night, results usually aren't far behind.
Historically, we've had our results out starting as early as 8:15 on election night, with all of our polls reporting by 9.
That won't happen this Monday. Last fall, the province passed legislation prohibiting the use of electronic tabulators.
Leger released a poll in June where they said 36% of Albertans don't trust electronic counted ballots.
Like many municipalities, Strathcona County has used machines to count votes for decades without issue.
When we had tabulators, we were able to put 3 elections on one card, and the card was fed through the tabulator. But in this election, we have to have individual ballots.
Hundreds of thousands of votes will instead be hand counted across Alberta, a slower process, especially where voters select multiple candidates on a single ballot, like for school board races in Strathcona or councillors in St. Albert. To minimize errors, Strathcona County will have a fresh shift of workers for the count.
When you introduce humans into any kind of counting mechanism, you're bound to get errors.
Municipalities have different targets for sharing results. Most plan to release them incrementally as they come in from polling stations. Edmonton expects to share its first numbers around 10 o'clock, while Calgary is prioritizing mayoral results to get them out sooner. St. Albert may not know who its new leaders are until Tuesday or later, as that city will only release results once they've all been counted and verified. In Strathcona, Roblin says the extra expense, training, and rigor is worth it to get results out as early as possible.
We felt the longer the count takes, residents start to get a little anxious about the results.
No matter where you live, expect election night to be a little different than usual. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
CTV News Edmonton will bring you the results from the municipal election as soon as we get them. You can tune in at 11 o'clock on Monday night for a special edition of our late night newscast. Edmonton Mayor Amarjeet Sohi is in his final days in office and reflecting on his time leading our city. The former Edmonton councillor, MP, and bus driver was elected mayor in 2021. He began the job in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. Other challenges he faced included difficult relationships with the province, as well as the Edmonton Police Service and rising city costs after years of little increase in tax revenue.
I wanted to ask you about...
Despite difficulties of the job, so he says, he has many accomplishments to celebrate.
We have moved forward on our commitment to building an affordable city, to building an inclusive, welcoming city. We moved the needle on our anti-racism action plan. We moved the needle and really ingrained into our city policies and programs our commitment to reconciliation with First Nations, Métis, and Inuit communities, was something that I felt that we have an obligation to do. Sure that we're guiding that change in the right direction. That we're building.
So he says that after 17 years of public service, he's still deciding on what to do next. Still to come, what's on this weekend? We check out a pair of shows taking over the Expo Center.
But it's not just about sledding down here, there's something for everyone.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
A pair of annual shows return to the Edmonton Expo Center today. The Edmonton Fall Home Show and the Alberta Snowmobile, ATV, and Off-Road Show. The home show features home decor displays, renovation project ideas, and local professionals. And down the hall, Western Canada's premier power sports show provides the latest 2026 snowmobile models, ATVs, side-by-sides, gear, apparel, and trailers. Now, despite many feeling the squeeze of inflation, show organizers still expect a strong turnout this weekend.
So many people are conscious of their budgets, and you know, the one thing that they can invest in and should invest in is their home. That's why they want to come to this show and really find the right people to work with.
We've got everyone here from people who sled on the trails all over Alberta, or some of them are mountain sledders and they do the high marking, which is a little bit scarier, but it's not just about sledding down here. There's something for everyone.
The Snowmobile Show runs until 8 p.m. tomorrow, while the home show goes until 6 p.m. on Sunday. All right, Josh, I've got to ask you, how are you on a snowmobile or a sled? And I don't want to be talking about sledding yet.
I'm the home show guy. I'm not the power sports guy.
I love a good snowmobile. And I'm sorry for talking about that, because I want to be talking about golf. Hanging on to the season.
I mean, it's going to cool off a little bit Sunday, Monday, but we're back to golf weather next week as well. Let's extend this as long as we can. Take a look outside. You have lots of time for snowmobiling. Action Furnace River Valley Skycam is brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right, it's free. 10 degrees and sunny with a few clouds in the Edmonton region. 10 is well to the south in Red Deer, 10 in Fort McMurray, and 9 in Grand Prairie. Peace River a little warmer there at 12 degrees. You had some showers and thunderstorms. Still a few showers, it looks like, just off to the northwest of Red Deer that'll go through the Red Deer region over the next little bit. East central Alberta, you've got some scattered showers in the Vermilion, Lloydminster area. Here in Edmonton, we're going to see a few clouds for the next few hours and then some clearing overnight tonight. Really nothing all that active for tomorrow. Should be a fairly pleasant day. The wind will die down for most areas. Likely still a little gusty in eastern Alberta through the afternoon hours, but here in Edmonton, the wind eases through the afternoon. Watch this cloud cover start to increase, though, late tomorrow afternoon, and then you get some rain developing late Saturday night, early Sunday morning. And that'll flip over to some snow. This actually could be a little bit of accumulating snow in parts of northwestern Alberta through the course of the day Sunday. Here, 8 a.m., still out ahead of the showers, but by mid to late morning and around lunchtime, could see some showers, and there may even be a few pockets of some wet snow mixed in with those showers. I think for the most part in Edmonton, if we get anything at all, it's more likely to be showers than snow. Further east, as this cooler air starts to get sucked in behind that low pressure system, you run a better chance. Cold Lake, Bonnyville, south towards Lloydminster, to see some wet snow late in the day on Sunday. I think by Sunday afternoon here in Edmonton, though, the sun's poking through the clouds. So around lunchtime or late in the morning would be your best chance for some precipitation and probably showers as opposed to snow. 0 in Fort McMurray tomorrow morning, 3 in Grand Prairie. Red Deer will drop to about -2. We'll be around +2 or +3 here in the city. 11s and 12s across the northeast, somewhere around 10 or 11 degrees in the northwest. 12 in Red Deer with sunshine here in the city. There's your gusts, still to about 30 or 40 kilometers per hour through this evening. Still a little gusty early tomorrow morning as we drop to 2 degrees and then up to around 13 with mainly sunny skies tomorrow afternoon. We'll see some increase in cloud late tomorrow evening, and it looks like that cloud cover will be in full effect on Sunday. Midnight tonight, the early bird prize deadline in the Mighty Millions lottery is the Porsche in Paris early bird prize, brand new Porsche 911, and a trip to Paris for 7 nights. Or you can take $200,000 cash. Go to mightymillionslottery.com to get your tickets. 13 tomorrow, 9 with cloudy skies on Sunday and that chance of a shower. 8 degrees on Monday, and then it warms right back up. 12 or 13 Tuesday, Wednesday, and into the mid to maybe even upper teens once again for Thursday, Friday. The extreme long-range forecast, though, does have some cooler air for the 27th through to the end of the month. I think we're probably into the 5 to 10 degree range for the last few days of October. But in the shorter term, not bad tomorrow. Sunshine and mild temperatures. Just a little cloudy and maybe a little wet there on Sunday.
All right, thanks for that, Josh. After the break, a beneficial blanket. How a local quilting club is giving back to the community stitch by stitch.
The favorite part is seeing people come to the sale and going, oh, look at that. Oh, I'd like that.
CTV News at 5 continues.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Still ahead on CTV News at 6, a new playground in the Baldwin neighborhood marks a public art milestone and brings the local artist's work to life. Merrick Cash brings us that story tonight on CTV News at 6 with Jeff Hastings. Now, our final story tonight, a local group is trying to help charities cover their costs by covering you with one of their quilts. The St. Andrews Quilting Club, or the Quilting Queens of Edmonton, depending on who you ask, support local charities while also supporting each other. CTV's Matt Woodman explains.
Every Tuesday morning, St. Andrews United Church turns into an assembly line. Each member of the Quilting Queens is doing their part to finish these blankets ahead of their annual sale.
The favorite part is seeing people come to the sale and going, oh, look at that. Oh, I'd like that.
Lynn Tedder joined the group nearly 20 years ago after attending a sale herself. She's now the group's coordinator, ensuring all this fabric is stitched into quilts of all shapes, sizes, and patterns.
When we have stuff for the Oilers, they almost get into a fight over it.
Joyce McRory is working on one of those Oilers quilts.
Does that look navy blue to you?
At 100, she admits her vision isn't as strong as it used to be, but her spirit and work ethic are second to none.
She is the ever-ready bunny. She just goes. When she joined us, we never believed she was as old as she said.
Selfishly, it's good for me. It's good to belong to the group.
A group that supports one another through the good times like McRory's birthday.
I don't know how many people were there. It was just a wonderful day. We never did get back to quilting.
And through the tough times.
My sister passed away, and her service was here, and, you know, everybody showed up. They didn't know her, but they showed up for me.
If you know how to sew and enjoy quilting, you're encouraged to stop by one Tuesday.
We'd love to have some younger people, join us.
If you're interested in purchasing a quilt, the pews here at St. Andrews on 148th Street will be covered with different options from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. this Saturday. All the money raised from the quilt sale will be donated to the Jessica Martel Memorial Foundation, an organization that helps people escaping domestic violence. Matt Woodman, CTV News, Edmonton.
Oh, a story to warm your heart. That's our show for this evening. Thanks for watching on this Friday night. Have yourself a great weekend. CTV National News is next.